These are the waffle boards. Found them second hand off eBay. I think I paid, was it 22 quid, something like that for these two. And it was about 30 each for newer ones that were smaller than this. So I was pretty chuffed with that. And now I want to mount them on the side of the van. So what I'm going to do is get some uni-strut, kind of fashion up some brackets, try and make some sort of locking mechanism, have them mounted so they're not sat on the actual paintwork of the van, they'll be sat on the uni-strut. So I'm looking at mounting them on this side of the van here, just where the gap is. There's nothing going on this side of the wall, so I'm going to be going top and bottom, give it the whole overlander look. And yeah, I think if I get some decent riv nuts and kind of strap them to the side properly, because there's a lot of weight in them, yeah, that'll hold them. That'll hold them really well. Right, here's my uni strut. Just picked it up. Come in a 3 metre length, so I've actually got some spare. But yeah, them two will be sat more like that kind of span apart. And get some of these brackets. This one I've actually cut down already because unfortunately they don't fit in there, so I had to cut them down so that they slot in. But the general idea is they'll have 4 on each. They'll lock through like that, and then using that hole there, I'm going to make some sort of locking mechanism and strap them all down. But I haven't got that far yet. Got some brackets I've cut down to size. We'll have a uni strut there on the mounted to the van. This bar will go between the two and be cut down, bolted. I'm going to figure out some form of padlocking mechanism, and that will hold them onto the side of the van, hopefully. Hello. There we go. So I haven't quite figured out the locking mechanism yet, but that'll go at the... I wanted to use riv nuts to bolt the waffle board brackets on, but my riv nut gun only goes up to M6 and really I wanted M8s. So I popped into my old workplace where some of the lads were working late and they were kind enough to let me use their air gun. Now it's on. The last one. I think I may have found a problem. So the van is a tight squeeze getting through the unit door, and that's added 3 inches onto that tight squeeze. How am I going to get out the door? Right. Just rounded these edges off because with the position that they are kind of at like pedestrian level, and I was a bit concerned that 2 sharp edges were a bit pedestrian unfriendly. So yeah, they've now been rounded. I'll take that one's just fitted now to test, so I'll take that back down and do the same with that one. And then yeah, they can go on. I did ideally want to paint them, but I'm going to Scotland tonight, so don't really have time. So what I'll do, shouldn't rust, I'll take them back down once I get home, or even if I have a good day up in Scotland, when we're parked up somewhere for a couple of days, and I'll just give them a good nice coat of hammerite or something. And or I could even paint them on the van. Could mask up and paint them on the van, I suppose. We'll see. We'll see how much time I've got. Ideally, I'd like them black rather than this, because it doesn't Doesn't match my colour scheme. Let's see if it works. Chuff with that. Look at that. One side's sagging a bit because they're not done up fully, so one's kind of slipped. But yeah, once I bolt them up properly and level, that's what it's going to look like. Right, before I go any further and get these bolted up properly and finished off and stuff like that, I should really see if the van's going to get out the door, because that's a long distance. And it's a tight squeeze. The door is a very tight squeeze anyway, to the point where I have to fold my mirrors in. And the mirrors are pretty much, no, I'd say they're probably an inch more than these. So I've got these to think about, and the awning on the other side. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I think it's gonna be harder reversing back in than out, but yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Just, we're talking 20 mil of play. That's going to be fun on a dark night. Now that I knew that the van would fit out the door without ripping these off, I got the other side off so I could round off the out bracket same as the first one. Then I could bolt them up solid. There we go. Beautiful. Now, because these are holding quite a heavy weight, there's no like nylock or anything on any of it, so there's the risk of it coming loose. So I'm going to stick a bit of bond lock on them. This stuff, as you go round and bolt it up, it'll get all wound into the threads, and then it goes off and holds nuts and bolts together a lot better. And that'll mean that I won't have the risk of any of these coming out and the brackets coming off the side of the van, which will not be fun on a motorway. I decided to go ahead and paint the brackets. I mean, I was going to Scotland in a matter of hours and there was no chance they wouldn't dry, but that's just the way I roll. Really should have moved the mini. No! No! Tape. At this stage I wanted to try and drill a hole through the middle of the threaded bar so that I could put some form of lock through, but it wasn't really having any of it. With time running out, I had to come up with a temporary solution, so I soon substituted that for 2 nuts that I'd wind all the way up the thread and lock them together, and if anyone tries to nick them, I mean, it's going to take them about half an hour. Seems solid enough, but I think it needs some official high-tech testing. That'll do. And there we go. Another job done, ready for Scotland. When I inevitably get this thing stuck. Thanks for watching.